So you're going through no contact and you're trying to move on as a man, but your ex is reaching out to you. She's trying to check up on you, hoping to be friends maybe. She calls you and just to have a cordial conversation, and it's very weird because she's not bringing up the fact that she wants to reconcile or that she misses you. She just wants your presence. And it's very annoying because you thought to yourself, okay, we have broken up. Why are we even talking in the first place? So, how do you handle yourself? Because as a man, you don't want to get too involved in this situation. You don't want to spend too much of your emotions on this. You're trying to recover already and just simply move on. So, here's what I would do. First thing is very simple, just set the record straight. Be bold and take a stand against this foolishness. Don't let her do whatever she wants. You say to her, listen, we are no longer together. I'm not interested in being friends with you. If you want to be friends with another guy, go somewhere else. I do not want that in my life anymore. And when you're strong, when you're bold like that, it's going to make her realize real quick, well, if I don't listen, then he's just going to flat out ignore me. And maybe you'll get pushed back. Maybe she'll act weird. But again, set the record straight. Just say, no more. We're done. We no longer are together, and I'm not trying to be friends with you. So please move on. Now, if she keeps messaging you and trying to call you, just ignore her. Don't respond. Don't give any of your time or attention on her reaching out until she says out of her mouth, let's try to get back together. Now, you're in control. Here's the great part. You now have the power. And you could decide, do I really want to get back together with you? Because you don't want to be in a situation where if you're answering her phone calls, responding right to her text messages, your attraction isn't that high. You have to be in the power position of, listen, I run the show. I'm going to run the table now. And I'll decide if I really want to spend time with you again. So until it gets to that point, then simply ignore her. Don't respond to anything she's saying until she gets to a point. Now, if you're just trying to move on, move on. Don't. I remember my first ex where it was like 3 months went by and she had texted me and I just said something simple like, listen, I'm not interested in being friends. Have a good day. And she had like a long response after. I didn't say anything. I said probably one more thing, but I didn't say anything else. That was it. Because I'm not going to give somebody power over me. That's the biggest thing in the situation. If you keep reaching out, you are giving them your power. You cannot do that to yourself as a man. You're already vulnerable emotionally. You're hurt from the breakup. Do not give her more deposits when she already told you, let's break up. Another thing you want to keep in mind is your emotions because remember, you are hurt because of the breakup. You can get angry by this, upset, and you could lash out on her. Do not do that. Play it cool. Remember, just communicate what you want, what the expectations are going forward, and move on. Because if you get overly emotional about it, you lash out at her on the phone, or you send her a long paragraph, you're going to look very needy and very desperate. So do not give any more of your emotion. Because remember, your time is valuable. You shouldn't give anybody power over you. So remember that as a man, you have a lot to give. And this should be a time of healing. It should be a time of getting back on your purpose, learning what went wrong, and not get caught up in that cycle. So that's what I would suggest to watch out for is your emotions. And last but not least, stay busy. In this time of your life, you should get back to the things you cared about, your purpose, your hobbies, the things that brought life to you, brought you alive. Focus on those things because if you stay busy enough and you're just caught up in your own life and you're investing in yourself, you're not going to care if she reaches out. You're going to be like, okay, my ex reached out. I'm not responding to this. And you go about your day. What that does is communicate a message of strength. It communicates to her that, okay, either I'm going to reach out and try to get back together, or we're just going to split apart and move on. You have to come across as a man that doesn't care, that says, you know what, listen, you wanted to break up, so you got to face the consequences of your actions. I'm going to go move on with my life. And when you're not communicating or responding, remember, you're mysterious and your value is going up. So again, stay busy. Because if you're occupied with your goals and your ambitions, you're not going to, maybe you won't even realize she reaches out. That's how busy you can be, right? That you can be at that point where, oh, wow, my ex reached out to me 2 days ago. I didn't even know. that's a good place to be, right? So just make sure you're very occupied. Make sure that, if she does reach out, you don't get emotionally invested. Because remember, you're trying to heal, and don't give her any more of your emotional deposits. Don't forget to like the video and let me know your thoughts. Did you have a similar situation where she wanted to break up, but she kept reaching out to you? And how did you handle yourself? Did you say to her that, you know what, don't talk to me, like leave me alone? Love to hear your thoughts on how you handled yourself. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.